work out 4 hours a day or something like that. Because once I go on tour,
Yeah.
it's every single day that there's a show I can't eat. So I start to adjust now a little bit early.
David Blaine is an American illusionist and endurance artist. David Blaine rose to prominence employing the good old Harry Houdini standard, which is performing an incredible stunt and notifying the press beforehand. Soon, Blaine became a much-talked-about magician thanks to his magic style, uptown casual clothes, as well as for his friendships with celebs like A-list actor Leonardo DiCaprio. Blaine appeared on the April 30th, 2008 episode of The Oprah Winfrey Show in an attempt to break the Guinness World Record for oxygen-assisted static apnea. Following his failure to break the then-current record of unassisted static apnea in his previous attempt, Drowned Alive, he set a new world record that day when he held his breath underwater for 17 minutes and 4 seconds.
He was able to convert his body into a habitat where creatures could live and then bring them up at will.
Yeah.
So I've kind of incorporated those things into the live show.
If you enjoy these videos, please remember to hit the like button, as it does help us out a lot. And comment below who your favorite celebrity is that you'd love to see in an upcoming video. His full name is David Blaine, but is also known as David. He was born April 4th, 1973 in New York City, making him 49 at the time of this production. He stands at 6 feet tall, or 1.83 meters. He's a fan of Harry Houdini. Blaine has been investigated and accused of sexual assault 3 times. In November 2006, Blaine performed a stunt in New York's Times Square in support of the Salvation Army. After 52 hours, Blaine escaped from the shackles that held him in a spinning gyroscope suspended above the ground. Blaine said this stunt was particularly important to him since the Salvation Army had provided him with clothing while he was growing up. On January 15, 2010, Blaine returned to Times Square to perform Magic for Haiti, a performance lasting 72 hours that raised nearly $100,000 for Haitian earthquake relief. During the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020, Blaine continued his hospital magic shows remotely via FaceTime and Zoom, with a particular focus on providing light relief and distraction for the frontline doctors, nurses, and other health workers. In his own words, the greatest satisfaction as a magician is bringing joy to people who can really use it. I'm so happy to do anything to show that I appreciate what they're all doing and going through. Blaine also donated $2 million Tesla coils to Liberty Science Center after performing a massive electricity stunt. An old classmate of Blaine said that he once supposedly killed a pigeon with his mind. Time Out asked Blaine about the incident, and his reply was puzzling. That pigeon didn't die, Blaine insisted. It just appeared to be dead. The way I do magic is to wait for the moment to exist. I don't create the moment. In 2002, Blaine released a book called Mysterious Stranger, a book of magic. The book was a kind of memoir, how-to, magic history thing all mixed into one. Readers were also sent on a treasure hunt to track down a $100,000 prize. People had to decipher codes written in the text. The hunt generated worldwide interest and sent amateur explorers out into the streets. In 2004, a retired California school teacher figured out all the book's clues and claimed the $100,000 prize. He's good friends with Leonardo DiCaprio, Tobey Maguire, Kevin Connolly, and Lucas Haas. Rumor has it that David Blaine got with Bijou Phillips in 1999. David Blaine was also rumored to have a fling with Madonna. Blaine was in a relationship with Josie Marin from 2000 to 2002. David Blaine and Daryl Hannah, an American actress, dated in 2002. In 2004, David Blaine was romantically linked to Mallory Snyder. David Blaine was in a relationship with Lanique Engel in 2006. Blaine was engaged to French model Elise Guinochet from 2009 until they separated in 2014. They have a daughter together, Dessa, born in 2011. It's unknown whether he's currently dating someone or not.
Feet of my career, and the reason why is because it's all of these difficult stunts combined with magic, but night after night, all combined into one evening.
The son of Patrice Maureen White, a teacher, and William Perez, a Vietnam War veteran, Blaine was 4 years old when he first witnessed a magician performing magic on the subway. This sight sparked a lifelong interest in magic for him. His father was never in the picture, and when he was 10, his mother married John Buccalow, and the family moved to Little Falls, New Jersey, where Blaine attended Passaic Valley Regional High School. He moved to Manhattan shortly after he graduated. Blaine's first TV special, David Blaine's Street Magic, aired on ABC on May 19, 1997. He spent the next 2 years traveling across the country entertaining unsuspecting pedestrians in cities like Dallas, New York, and San Francisco, recorded by a small crew with handheld cameras. He gained notoriety in 1999 with his Buried Alive stunt when he was entombed in a plastic box underneath a 3-ton water-filled tank for 7 days in New York City across from Trump Place. During the stunt, he did not eat, and he subsisted on only 2 to 3 tablespoons of water per day. An estimated 75,000 people visited the site when he was underground, including Harry Houdini's niece, Maria Blood. On the final day of the stunt, hundreds of news and media teams were stationed at the site for the coffin opening. A team of construction workers removed the gravel surrounding the 6-foot-deep coffin before a crane lifted the water tank out. Blaine emerged, and the BBC News stated that the 26-year-old magician had outdone his hero, Harry Houdini, who planned a similar stunt but had died in 1926 before he could perform it. The following year, Blaine attempted but failed to stand in a large block of ice located in Times Square for 72 hours. In 2003, Blaine performed another endurance event, Above the Below, in which he was sealed into a transparent plexiglass case and was suspended in the air next to Potter's Fields Park near Tower Bridge on the south bank of the River Thames in London. In November 2013, Blaine starred in a 90-minute ABC special titled David Blaine, Real or Magic. Blaine has performed for U.S. Presidents Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, and Barack Obama in the Oval Office. In 2020, Blaine performed the David Blaine Ascension stunt, which involved him floating while holding onto a cluster of 52 helium-filled balloons using a harness.
He still did his show because he was a workaholic, so he wouldn't just back out. So he's like, even though he was internally bleeding or whatever the case was, he wasn't going to let his audience down.
In a typical non-touring year, David can easily make $5 million performing shows in Las Vegas and private parties. When he does tour, his earnings can increase to as much as $15 million in a year. In 2017, he earned a total of $4.5 million. In 2018, he earned a total of $13.5 million. He also makes money through writing. On October 29, 2002, Villard published Mysterious Stranger, a book of magic, an autobiography and armchair treasure hunt with instructions on performing magic tricks. The treasure hunt was created by game designer Cliff Johnson and solved by Sherry Skanes on March 20, 2004. He has a net worth of $40 million. In 1998, David bought a 1,000-square-foot apartment in New York City for an undisclosed amount. The triple-exposure 2-bedroom apartment has just 1 bathroom. He listed the apartment for sale in 2016 for $2.3 million. In 2005, he paid $1.675 million for a duplex apartment in New York City's Tribeca neighborhood. The house features 3 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms. He still owns both apartments. He likely owns the following cars: a BMW, a Rolls-Royce, a Tesla, a Range Rover, a Ferrari,